हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's get started with our Bhakti Vaibhav course, the study of Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam. Let us begin with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तथैव चान्ये नरलोकवीरा य आहवे कृष्णमुखारविन्दम् नेत्रे पिबन्तो नयनाभिरामं पार्थास्त्रपूतः पदमापुरस्य। अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटं जिघ्रांसयापाय यदप्यसाध्वी लेभे गतिं धात्र्युचितां ततोऽन्यं कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम। अशेषसङ्क्लेशशमं विधत्ते गुणानुवाद श्रवणं मुरारे, किं वा पुनस्तच्चरणारविन्द परागसेवारतिरात्मलब्धा। सोऽहं नृणां क्षुल्यसुखाय दुःखं महद्गतानां विरमाय तस्य प्रवर्तये भागवतं पुराणं यदाह साक्षात् भगवान् ऋषिभ्यः। त्वं भक् त्वं भक्तियोगपरिभावितहृत्सरोज आस्ये श्रुतेक्षितपथो ननु नाथ पुंसाम् यद्यद्धियात उरुगाय विभावयन्ति तत्तद्वपु प्रणयसे सदनुग्रहाय। सोऽसावदभ्रकरुणो भगवान् विवृद्ध प्रेम स्मितेन नयनाम्बुरुहं वृजिम्भम् उत्थाय विश्वविजयाय च नो विषादम् माद्व्यागिरापनयतात् पुरुषः पुराणः। ससर्जाग्र्यन्धतामिस्रम् अथ तामिस्रमादिकृत् महामोहं च मोहं च तमश्चाज्ञानवृत्तयः हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are reading from Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 4, entitled Mahatma Vidur approaches Sri Maitreya Muni. One second. 1 second. Sorry. Text 25. Shri Vidura Uvacha ज्ञानं परं स्वात्मरः प्रकाशं यद् आह योगेश्वर ईश्वरस्ते वक्तुं भवानो रिहति यद्धि विष्णोर्भृत्या स्वभृत्यार्थकृतश्चरन्ति Mahatma Vidur is asking Sadbhakta Chudamani Uddhavji this question. Vidur said, O Uddhav, because the servants of Vishnu, the Lord, wander in the interest of serving others, it is quite fit that you kindly describe the self-knowledge with which you have been enlightened by Lord Krishna himself. Bhritya swabhrityartha kritascharanti. Why do the devotees travel? To serve the best interest of others, because everyone is a servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nitya Das. But they have forgotten. So the devotees of Krishna, they travel everywhere to remind people of their real constitutional position, that you are supposed to lead Krishna conscious lives. So Vidur is saying to Uddhav that you are such a Bhuri Dajana, you are such a great devotee, that it is appropriate that you should instruct me in the divine knowledge that you have received directly from Krishna. Purport by our beloved founder Acharya, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad, Shri Srimad Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The servants of Lord Krishna are actually the servants of the society. Das. Prabhupada said we should add Das and Dasi, because we are servants of Krishna. And everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, so we are servant of everybody. His Grace Naranarayan Prabhu, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada's, recalls his experience with Srila Prabhupada. Once he was with Prabhupada in the room and he didn't know what to do. It was just Prabhupada and him, so he was a little uncomfortable. So he was looking at the floor. This was in New York. He was looking at the floor and there were some ants crawling on the floor. So Prabhupada pointed to the ants and said, Nar Narayan Prabhu, it is the duty of Krishna's devotees to always think, how can I serve? What is my duty towards this living entity? Now we are in this room and there are the ants. We should think, what is my duty towards these ants? How I can serve these ants? Now these ants don't know about Krishna. Through the process of the evolution of consciousness, they will come to a level where they will finally get a human birth. It may take many years. But right now, if you chant Hare Krishna for them and they hear Hare Krishna, Yannama Shruti Matrena Puman Bhavati Nirmala. Just by hearing Krishna's name, one becomes purified. So if you chant Hare Krishna, looking at the ants, and you offer full benefit to them of the Harinam, then you can be a well-wisher, a friend of those ants, welfare worker for those ants. Then those ants also will get a human birth very quickly, and their bhakti has started because they heard Harinam. So in this way, we have to serve everyone. Anybody we meet, we should think, how can I serve this devotee in this moment? So through our behavior, through our words, through our actions, we have to bring them closer to Krishna. Prabhupada says, devotees of Krishna are actually servants of society. The IAS officers, IPS officers, all those exams are called UPSC, public service exams. Most people who take those exams and join Indian Revenue Service, Indian Police Service, Indian Administrative Service, Indian Foreign Service, IFS, they do it so that they can earn money and respect. And money generally means illegal money. So whose servants are they? They are servants of their own greed. They are servants of their own mind. They are not public servants. Prabhupada says real public servants are the devotees who are going on the streets distributing Krishna conscious literature, who are going on the streets doing Harinam Sankirtan. They are the real servants of society because they are doing some tangible service for the people in general. The devotees, they have no interest in human society other than to enlighten it in transcendental knowledge. I repeat, these devotees of Krishna who preach, they have no interest in human society other than to enlighten them in divine knowledge. Bhuvi grinanti ye bhurida jana. Sometimes our spiritual superiors may chastise us very heavily. Why? Because they are not meant to do chaplusi and lick your boots. The whole world may lick your boots because they want your money. They want some benefits from you. They want your support. But a spiritually advanced person doesn't want your money, doesn't want favors from you, and doesn't want your help. Only wants to enlighten you. ताकि आपका भला हो. So that people are enlightened in the real knowledge. They don't know what they're doing is right or wrong. To enlighten them, to point like Mrigari. When Sripad Narad Muni met him, Mrigari did not realize what he is doing is wrong. He said, this is the only livelihood I know. This is how my parents taught me. But Narad Muni enlightened him because he cares. So sometimes when we are chastised for doing something wrong, we should not take it in the wrong way. Prabhupada is saying here, the devotees have no interest in human society other than to enlighten in divine knowledge. So we should take their teachings. If we associate with senior devotees but don't learn from them and don't take their instructions to heart, and those instructions don't cause transformation, that means we did not associate with them. This morning, I was listening to a lecture of Srila Prabhupada's, and Srila Prabhupada was asked, an Indian fellow, it was a morning walk recording, Indian fellow asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, you are preaching to so many people in the Bombay Pandal Festival, 20, 30,000 people came every day. Why only few of them became devotees? So many people listen to your lectures, why only few people become devotees? And Prabhupada immediately, Prahlad Maharaj explains in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhupada immediately said, without even thinking for 1 second, oh, Prahlad Maharaj has explained that in Srimad Bhagavatam. Why so many people hear Hari Katha, but only few get transformed? Would you like to hear Prabhupada's answer? Prabhupada quoted Prahlad Maharaj. Matirna Krishne parata svato va mito bhipadayet griha vratana madanta gobhir vishatanta mishra punah punascharvita charvananam. Prabhupada said, Matirna Krishna. Matirna Krishna. They will not become Krishna conscious. Unki Krishna mati nahi lagegi. They will not become completely Krishna conscious. Matirna Krishna parata, by efforts of other people. Prabhupada said, I am preaching, but by my efforts, they will not become Krishna conscious. Swatova, and with their efforts also, they will not become Krishna conscious. Mithobi, and a combination of both, my preaching and their efforts, also they will not become Krishna conscious. Why? Adanta Gobhir, yes, Rishi Prabhu, Adanta Gobhir. Because their senses are uncontrolled. They have not controlled the senses. They are not following the regulative principles. If we don't follow the regulative principles, why do we break regulative principles? Raise your hand. Why does a person break regulative principles? Raise your hands. Yes, Priyanka Mataji.
Because we want to enjoy. I'm
Yes,
not
there is no other reason. We want to enjoy. We want money. We want comforts. We want luxury. We want fame. We want to enjoy. That's why we break the regulative principles. Otherwise, there is no need to break the regulative principles. So Prabhupada said, as long as we are Adanta Gobhir, Go means senses, Adanta means uncontrolled. As long as our senses are uncontrolled, which means we are breaking the regulative principles, Matirna Krishna. We will not be accepted by Krishna. And the symptom of that is we will not be truly Krishna. We may think we are very well situated. Osama bin Laden thought what he is doing is very good. What we think is not the criteria. What we think is not important. Is Guru pleased? Is Krishna pleased? When we are sitting down to chant, are we only thinking of Krishna? Can we completely absorb ourselves in thoughts of Krishna and the holy name? That is the yardstick. Prabhupada said, Matirna Krishna Parata. So if our senses are uncontrolled, if we are not following the regulative principles, we will not get Krishna. Matirna Krishna Parata, by the preaching of others, Swatova, our efforts, Mithobi, and a combination of both, also we will not. Some people, you will drag them into satsang, still they don't become devotees. Hota hai na? Dekha hai na? You pray for them, you fast for them, you chant for them, still they will not become devotees. Why? Adanta Gobhir, they are not trying to control their senses. They are not trying to follow the regulative principles. The symptom of surrender to a superior Vaishnava means to follow their instructions. If Prabhupada is saying follow the 4 regulative principles, Prabhupada is saying lead a pure life, chant at least 16 rounds in the morning. We are not doing that. That means we are not following Srila Prabhupada. Knowledge in the matter of bodily necessities of eating, sleeping, mating, and fearing, transformed into various branches of advancement of knowledge, is all temporary. All our MBA degrees, MD degrees, PhD degrees, they all come under this category of Ahar, Nidra, Bhai, Maithun. It's all Prakrit knowledge. It is Jadadnyan. It is all temporary. Real valuable knowledge is what the Bhurida Jana are giving. what the Guru Varga are giving. They're traveling and giving. That is real knowledge. That is substantial. Towards the end of purport, Srila Prabhupada says, although Vidur was older than Uddhav, he was anxious to become a servant of Uddhav in the transcendental relationship. Vidur is much older than Uddhav, but he wants to become a student of Uddhav. This formula of transcendental disciplic succession is taught by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises that one receive transcendental knowledge from anyone, whether a Brahman or a Shudra, a householder or a sannyasi, provided that person is factually conversant with the science of Krishna. What verse is this? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Which verse is this? Come on, raise your hands. Yes, Darshini, go ahead, beta.
Krishna Prabhuji, Prabhuji, is it Kibani Asi Kibavita Shudra Kinilai Say Krishna Tatvachani Say Guru Hai?
Very good. Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Shudra ke ninoy Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta Sei Guru hai. Once a devotee was told by a superior that you become a Diksha Guru. So out of humility, that devotee said, Prabhu, I am not qualified. Maharaj, I am not qualified. Why you are not qualified? Because Krishna says, Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshantite jnanam jnananas tattvadarshina. Guru should be tattvadarshi. Guru should have seen Krishna. I have not seen Krishna, so I cannot become a Diksha Guru. Then Maharaj told that devotee, but Mahaprabhu also says, Kiba vipra kiba nyasi shudra kene noy. Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta Sei Guru hai. Have you studied Prabhupada's books properly? Have you understood Krishna Tattva? Jai Krishna Tattva Vetta Sei Guru hai. That person also can become Guru. So like that. This is a very important verse. One who knows Krishna, one who knows what will please Krishna, what is real service to Krishna, that person can become a Guru. Text 26. Uddhava Uvacha. Now we should not start thinking, I have done Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhava ke baad mein, I think I can give initiation now. I should start letting devotees take shelter of me. So when I finish, Prabhuji jaldi karo, Bhakti Vaibhava jaldi khatam karo. No, it's not like that. Krishna will reveal in the heart, and the superiors will also reveal. Superiors will tell. When Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj had to write Chaitanya Charitamrita, so many devotees requested him. But still, Kaviraj Goswami was not accepting. But when he went to take darshan of Radha Madan Mohan and offered obeisances, the garland fell. Govindaji, the garland fell. And the Pujari, there were so many devotees there. And Pujari took the garland and put it around the head of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj. Kaviraj Goswami says, the first verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita I composed right there. By the mercy of Govindaji, Swayam eva spurat. Immediately it started manifesting and I started composing. So Guru Krishna, they will give, Guru and Krishna will give indication when one is ready to take any service, any major service. Text 26. Uddhava uvacha nanute tattva samradhya rishi kausharavo antike Sakshad Bhagavata Adhishto Martyalokam Jihasata. Shri Uddhava said. So Vidur is saying, make me a Shishya. I want to become your disciple. Instruct me. You have learned from Krishna. What you learned from Krishna, you instruct me. And in reply, our Uddhav is telling Vidurji, you may take lessons from the great learned sage Maitreya Muni, who is nearby and who is worshipable for reception of transcendental knowledge. He was directly instructed by the personality of Godhead Krishna while he was about to quit this mortal world. When Krishna was about to leave this mortal world, one of the last leelas that Krishna did was he instructed Uddhav and Maitreya Muni. So now Vidur is meeting Uddhav and saying, make me a disciple. Uddhav says, no. Go to Maitreya Muni. He was in the same class as me. Krishna instructed both of us. So you should go to him. Now, why this? We will read the entire purport of Srila Prabhupada. It's very beautiful. Why Uddhav is directing Vidur to Maitreya Muni. Please listen carefully. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Although one may be well versed in the transcendental science, one should be careful about the offense of Maryada Vyatikram. What is Maryada Vyatikram? To overstep our boundaries, to break Vaishnava etiquette, impertinently surpassing a greater personality. We should never do that. We should not act smart in front of our spiritual superiors. I remember once I was with a very great devotee, and he had two disciples. One was a junior disciple and one was a senior disciple. The junior disciple made a little mistake in serving the Guru. In front of the Guru, the senior disciple was heavily chastising the junior disciple. You don't know how to serve. You are coming from behind Gurudev to serve him. You should come from the front. So Gurudev can see you and direct you how much he wants on the plate. Does basic things you don't know. In front of Guru, this senior godbrother is chastising junior godbrother. So Guru was very upset. And Guru told him, this is Maryada Vyatikram. If you have to give some feedback, correct, you do it later on. Do it privately. But to raise your voice in the presence of your Guru, to instruct someone else in the presence of your Guru, means you are stepping over your Guru. If any instructions have to be given, I will give. I am here. That junior devotee's Guru is here. Why are you becoming a Guru in front of your Guru? This is Maryada Vyatikram. Today you are doing this, tomorrow you will instruct me also. Like Ramchandra Puri instructed Sripad Madhavendra Puri. So Maryada Vyatikram is very subtle. And Prabhupada is warning us, we have to be careful. We should not try to surpass a greater personality. According to scriptural injunction, one should be very careful of transgressing the law of Maryada Vyatikram. Maryada means boundaries, limits. Vyatikram means to cross over them. Because, now listen what happens when we do Maryada Vyatikram. Because by so doing, one loses his duration of life, his opulence, his fame and piety, and the blessings of all the world. Whatever blessings we have received, we lose them by doing Maryada Vyatikram. Prabhupada is saying, to be well versed in the science, the transcendental science necessitates awareness of the techniques of spiritual science. Uddhav, being well aware of all these technicalities of transcendental science, advised Vidur to approach Maitreya Rishi to receive transcendental knowledge. When Srila Prabhupada was opening the Chandrodaya ISKCON temple in Sri Navadvip Dham, there was a big festival there. Srila Prabhupada was sitting on the stage, and Srila Prabhupada's dear godbrother, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, was sitting next to Prabhupada. They were both sitting. There are so many photos also of that occasion. They are sitting. And Prabhupada said, Maharaj, we have established this International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and we traveled all over the world so many times, and now the society is well established. And today, I hand over this society to you. Now, Maharaj, you rule. You guide them, because you are my senior godbrother. Srila Prabhupada was willing to hand over ISKCON to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, his senior godbrother. Because when Srila Prabhupada was a Grahastha, Srila Prabhupada received instructions from Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, who even at that time was a very senior devotee, because he was a direct sannyas disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Very dear servant of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. When Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was leaving this world, few hours before, he told Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj that you sing Shri Rupa Manjari Pada Sei Mora Sampada, that bhajan. That Sridhar Maharaj was Prabhupada's very dear friend. And Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj in reply said, who would have thought? Who would have thought That Abhay Babu, who used to run Prayak Pharmacy, who had 3 children and a wife, who was struggling to make ends meet, is the personality that is prophesied by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Sri Chaitanya Mangal. पापी जब धर्म छाड़ी दूर देशे जाए, मोरा सेनापति भक्त जाइबे तथाए. Mahaprabhu said that my Senapati Bhakta will come, he will go to the foreign countries and make all the sinful people into devotees. Who would have thought that that personality, who is the Senapati Bhakta of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is our Abhay Babu, in whose house I used to stay for 6 years. Prabhupada had his house in Calcutta. For 6 years, he gave a room to Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj to stay. 6 years. Sannyasi was staying in Abhay Babu's house. So who would have thought that Abhay Babu is that one who is predicted? So Maryada Vyatikram is very, very important to understand. And we have to be very careful not to offend superior Vaishnavas by doing Maryada Vyatikram. Vidur wanted to, listen carefully, please. Vidur wanted to accept Uddhav as a spiritual master, but Uddhav did not accept the post of spiritual master because Vidur was as old as Uddhav's father. Therefore, Uddhav could not accept him as his disciple, especially when Maitreya was present nearby. Uddhav could not accept because Maitreya Muni was there, who was same age as Vidur. The rule is that in the presence of a higher personality, one should not be very eager to impart instruction. See, same thing. The rule is, Prabhupada is saying, in the presence of a higher personality, one should not be very eager to impart instructions, even if one is competent and well-versed. Still, we should not instruct. So Uddhav decided to send the elderly person like Vidur to another elderly person, Maitreya Muni. But he was well-versed also because he was directly instructed by Lord Krishna while he was about to quit this mortal world. But Uddhav did not send Vidur to an incompetent guru. It was not false humility. What would be false humility? No, I cannot accept you. So you go to somewhere else, go to anybody else. That is false humility because then you are doing a disservice. Uddhav is sending Vidur to a competent guru who was also instructed by Krishna. Since both Uddhav and Maitreya were directly instructed by Lord Krishna, both had the authority to become the spiritual master of Vidur or to become spiritual master of anyone else. But Maitreya Muni, being elderly, had the first claim to become the spiritual master. So beautiful. Prabhupada is saying both were qualified to become Vidur's guru or anybody's guru because both were instructed by Krishna, Uddhav and Maitreya. But Maitreya, being elderly, had the first claim to becoming the spiritual master, especially for Vidur, who was much older than Uddhav. One should not be eager to become a spiritual master cheaply for the sake of profit and fame. One devotee once told me that one way of securing one's old age, to make sure that in old age we are comfortable, he said, is to become a Diksha Guru. He said, you become old, then devotees start respecting you. Your hair become gray, then people think you are very wise, and you just become Guru. He said, 50, 60 chele you should have. If you have 50, 60 grahastha cheles, not brahmachari, he said, grahastha cheles, grahastha disciples, if you have, then there is no problem. They will give dakshina, you can stay in their house, or they will build an ashram for you because they are your disciples. Then your old age is secure. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says that such gurus go to Yamraj. Those who take dakshina from their disciples for their maintenance, they go to the Dakshin Marg. Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, those who take dakshina for their maintenance from the disciple, they go to the Dakshin path. They go to the south. South direction belongs to who? Yamraj. They go to Yamlok. So, this is very wrong. Prabhupada is saying, one should not be eager to become a spiritual master cheaply for the sake of profit and fame, but should become a spiritual master only for the service of the Lord. Why one should become spiritual master? For the sake of service to Krishna. Lord Krishna never tolerates the impertinence of Maryada Vyatikram. I repeat, Lord Krishna never tolerates the impertinence of Maryada Vyatikram. One should never pass over the honor due to an elderly spiritual master in the interests of one's own personal gain and fame. I remember once I had taken a very senior devotee to a Bhakti Vriksha program, and the Bhakti Vriksha leader was doing kirtan when the senior devotee came. Now, as soon as the senior devotee came, the arrival of the senior devotee should have been acknowledged, and the microphone should have been given that, Prabhu, would you like to do kirtan? Like that. For half an hour, this Bhakti Vriksha leader who had invited us with the senior devotee, I was just driving. Half an hour, he continued doing kirtan. After this, the senior devotee must be older than his father also, or at least the age of his father. Very senior devotee in age also, and in years in Krishna consciousness, and even in spiritual advancement and spiritual maturity. For half an hour, he did not acknowledge the arrival of the senior Vaishnava, who he had only invited. Please come. And then after 30 minutes of kirtan, then he said, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for coming. So he knew that this devotee has come to your house. You should first welcome them. That is the Vaishnava etiquette. So Prabhupada is saying, one should never pass over the honor due to an elderly spiritual master in the interest of one's own personal gain and fame. मुझे कीर्तन करने को मिलेगा अभी मौके पे चौका. अभी मौका मिला है, कीर्तन चल रहा है, चलो चलने दो कीर्तन. Why should I give my opportunity to lead kirtan to this old person? No, it's not like that. We will get to do kirtan, but Krishna will not be pleased by that kirtan if we have that greedy tendency. Impertinence on the part of the pseudo spiritual master is also very risky to progressive spiritual realization. So neither the junior devotees should do Maryada Vatikram, nor should the senior devotees do Maryada Vatikram. It applies to everyone. Text 27. Shri Shuka Uvacha. Iti saha vidureण विश्वमूर्तेर्गुणकथाया सुधया प्लवितुरुताप क्षणम इव पूलिनयम स्वसुस्ताम sumushita aupagavir nisham tatogat. Shri Shukdev Goswami said, O King Parikshit, after thus discussing with Vidur the transcendental name, fame, qualities on the banks of Yamuna, Uddhav was overwhelmed with great affliction. He passed the night as if it were a moment, and thereafter he went away. So Uddhav and Vidur are sitting on the banks of Yamuna, and they're talking about Krishna all night. And then talking about Krishna made Uddhav even more pained in the heart because of experience of viraha, because Krishna had left from this world. Never again will Uddhav be able to sit with Krishna, talk with Krishna, eat with Krishna, discuss with Krishna, travel with Krishna. Never again he will get to see Krishna. So Uddhav was greatly afflicted. And Krishna is called in this verse Vishwamurter. Iti saha vidurena Vishwamurter. Both Uddhav and Vidur were in great affliction because of Lord Krishna's departure from this world. And the more they discuss the transcendental name, fame, and qualities of Lord Krishna, the more the picture of the Lord became visible to them everywhere. Therefore, Krishna is called Vishwamurti. What is the verse where you see the Lord everywhere? What is the verse? Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. Is it स्थावर जंगम देखे नहीं देखे तारो मूर्ति सर्वत्र होय निज इष्ट देव स्फूर्ति.
स्थावर जंगम देखे ना देखे तारो मूर्ति. They see everything moving, non-moving, but they don't see. स्थावर जंगम देखे ना देखे Taramurti. Sarvatra hai nija Ishtadev Spurti. Because wherever they are seeing Krishna. So yes, correct. That is the verse. So in this way, Uddhav and Vidur talking about Krishna became completely Krishna conscious and they were seeing Krishna everywhere. So Krishna is called Vishwamurti. Text 28, Rajo Vacha. Nidhanam upagateshu vrishni bhojesh adhiratha yuthapa yutapeshu mukhya satukatham avashishta uddhavo yad harirapi tatyaja akritim triyadishaha. King Parikshit inquired at the end of the pastimes of Lord Krishna of the three worlds. Krishna is the Lord of the three worlds. And after the disappearance of the members of the Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties, who were the best of the great commanders? Why did Uddhav alone remain? Parikshit Maharaj is interrupting Sri Shukdev Goswami's narration and is asking a question. What is the question? That all the members of the Bhoja and Vrishni dynasty, they died at Prabhasa Kshetra. Why only Uddhav survived? Why Uddhav was not killed? Purport. According to Srila Jiva Goswami, Nidhanam means the transcendental abode of the Lord. Ni means the highest and Dhanam means dhan, opulence. So Nidhanam means the highest dhan, Param Gati. And because the abode of the Lord is the highest manifestation of transcendental opulence, Krishna's abode can therefore be called Nidhanam. So Nidhanam Upagateshu means after Krishna and Krishna's relatives went to Golok Vrindavan. Apart from the grammatical elucidation, the real purpose of the word Nidhanam is to indicate that all the members of the Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties were direct associates of Lord Krishna, and after the end of Krishna's pastimes, all the associates were dispatched to their respective position in the transcendental abode. They all went to the spiritual world. Now, this was Srila Jiva Goswami. Now, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur elucidates the meaning of Akritim. Harir api tatyaja akritim triyadhisha. Triyadhisha means he is the Lord of the three worlds. So, akritim means pastimes. A means complete and kritim means transcendental pastimes, things that are done by Krishna, kritim. And A means complete. Since the Lord is identical with his transcendental body, there is no question of his changing or quitting his body. To act in accordance with the rules and customs of the material world, Lord Krishna seems to take his birth or leave his body, but the pure devotees of the Lord know well the actual fact. It is necessary, therefore, for the serious listen carefully. It is necessary, therefore, for the serious students of Srimad Bhagavatam to follow the notes and comments of the great acharyas like Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Prabhupada is directly saying that serious students of Srimad Bhagavatam must study the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and others. To others who are not devotees of Lord Krishna, the comments and explanations of such acharyas may appear to be grammatical jugglery. But to the students who are in line of disciplic succession, the explanation of the great acharyas like Srila Sridhar Swami, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, their commentaries are quite fit. The word Upagateshu is also significant. All the members of Vrishni and Bhoja dynasties directly reach the abode of the Lord, Nidhanam. Other devotees do not reach the abode of the Lord directly. Please listen carefully. It's very important Siddhanta for all of us. So the members of Vrishni and Bhoja dynasty reach the spiritual world. Other devotees do not reach the abode of the Lord directly, but the pure associates of Lord Krishna have no attraction for the opulence of any planets of the material world. Sometimes due to inquisitiveness. Inquisitiveness means curiosity. Devotees who are to be promoted to the abode of Lord Krishna have some attraction for the opulence of the higher material planets above the earth. They may have curiosity. How is Swargalok? How is Tapalok? How is Maharlok? I want to know. How is Brahmalok? I have heard it's very subtle and I'm just curious. एक बार दर्शन लेना है ब्रह्मलोक का. Out of inquisitiveness, devotees desire to see the higher planets while going to the spiritual world. But the Vrishnis and Bhojas were directly dispatched because they had no attraction for material planets. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also suggests that according to the Amar Kosh dictionary, Akriti also means signal. Lord Krishna ordered Uddhav by Akriti, by signal, to go to Badrik Ashram after his departure. And Uddhav, as a pure devotee of the Lord, carried out the order more faithfully than going back to Godhead or the abode of the Lord. So why Uddhav stayed back? This is answered by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says that Krishna wanted him to go to Badrik Ashram for a mission. And for a devotee, to obey Krishna is most important. So Uddhav said, I will delay my going to the spiritual world, but I will do what you want me to do. Karishya vachanam tava. So he went to Badrik Ashram and not to the spiritual world like the other Yadavas. That was the cause of Uddhav remaining alone even after the departure of Lord Krishna from the face of the earth. 29. Shri Shuka Uvacha Brahma Shapapadeshena Kalena Mogha Vanchita Samhritya Swakulam Sphitam Tyakshan Deham Achintayan. Shri Shukdev Goswami replied to Parishit Maharaj, my dear king, the cursing of the Brahmanas was only a plea, but the actual fact was the supreme desire of Lord Krishna. That sharp was just a ruse. Actually, why the Yadav dynasty was destroyed? Because it was Krishna's desire. Krishna wanted to disappear from the face of the earth after dispatching his excessively numerous family members. He thought to himself as follows. Now, Krishna's thoughts are described. So, Shukdev Goswami is saying that Krishna is thinking that I want to send all my associates to the spiritual world before I go to the spiritual world back. In this verse, the word Tyakshan is very significant in relation to Lord Shri Krishna's leaving his body. Since Krishna has eternal form of existence, knowledge and bliss, Satchidananda Vigraha, his body and his self are identical. Therefore, how is it possible that Krishna would leave his body and then disappear from the vision of the world? There is a great controversy amongst the non-devotees or Mayavadis about the mysterious disappearance of Lord Krishna, and the doubts of those men with a poor fund of knowledge have been very elaborately cleared by Srila Jiva Goswami in his Krishna Sandarbha. According to Sri Brahma Samhita, Lord Krishna has many forms. Ramadi Murti Shukalaniya Menatishta Nana Avatar. It is stated therein that Lord Krishna has innumerable forms. And when he appears within the vision of the living entities as Lord Krishna actually appeared, all such forms amalgamate with him. Besides all these infallible forms, he has his universal form as manifested before Arjun on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Here in this verse, the word Sphitam is also used, which indicates that Krishna left his gigantic universal form called the Virat Rupa, not his primeval eternal form, because there is hardly any possibility of his changing his form of Satchidananda. So Krishna left behind a material body which was cremated by Arjun. It is mentioned in Mahabharata. And Prabhupada is saying, quoting Srila Jiva Goswami from Krishna Sandarbha, that illusory body was created by the Virat Rupa, which is a temporary form of Krishna anyway. It was not that Krishna left his body, transcendental body. No, it was a material illusory form left behind to bewilder the non-devotees. This simple understanding is at once realized by the devotees of the Lord, but those who are non-devotees who perform hardly any devotional service to the Lord either do not understand this simple fact or purposely raise a controversy to defeat the eternity of the transcendental body of Lord Krishna. This is due to the defect called the cheating propensity of the imperfect living entities. There are 4 defects. One of them is the tendency to cheat. By practical experience also, it is seen up to the present day that Lord Krishna's transcendental form is worshipped by devotees in different temples. And all the devotees of the Lord factually realize that the form of the deity in the temple is non-different from the form of Lord Krishna. This inconceivable performance of internal potency of the Lord is described in Bhagavad Gita 7.25. Naham prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavrita mudaham nabhijanati lokomamajam avyayam. The Lord reserves the right of not being exposed to everyone. Naham prakasha sarvasya. In the Padma Puran, it is said, Ata Shri Krishna Namadi na bhavet grayam indriyai sevon mukhe jivadau swayam eva spurat ada. The name and form of Krishna, Ata Shri Krishna Nam Adi, cannot be perceived by the material senses. Na bhavet grayam indriyai. But when he appears within the vision of the mundane world, he assumes the form of the Virat Roop. When Krishna wants to become visible to the common people, he takes the form of Virat Roop. This is an additional material exhibition of form and is supported by the logic of a subject and its adjectives. In grammar, when an adjective is taken away from the subject it modifies does not change. Similarly, when the Lord quits his Virat Roop, his eternal form does not change. Although there is no material difference between Krishna himself and any of his innumerable forms. In the 5th canto, it will be seen how the Lord is worshipped in different planets in his different forms, even now, and how he is worshipped in different temples on this earth also. We have Radharaman, we have Madan Mohan, Govindaji, Gopinath, Bake Bihari, Radha Vallabh, Sham Sundar. So many forms of Krishna are there. They are all Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami and Srila Vishwanath Chakra Thakur have very elaborately explained this incident of the Lord's disappearance in their commentaries, quoting various authentic versions of Vedic literatures. We purposely do not include them all here to avoid an increase in the volume of this book. The entire matter is explained in Bhagavad Gita as quoted above. The Lord reserves the right of not being exposed to everyone. Naham prakasha sarvasya. Krishna always keeps himself out of the vision of the non-devotees who are devoid of love and devotion, and thus he puts them still further away from the Lord. Lord Krishna appeared on the invitation of Lord Brahma, who prayed before the Kshirodakshaya Vishnu form. And therefore, when Lord Krishna appeared, all the forms of Vishnu amalgamated with him. And when the mission was fulfilled, all of them disintegrated from him in the usual course. When Krishna came, his Purna Purushottam Bhagavan, all the forms came with him. And when Krishna left this world and went back to the spiritual world, all the forms came out again and went to their respective places. This is Krishna Tattva. This we have to understand. And actually, all these commentaries of Chakravarti Pad and Jiva Goswami are explained in the 11th canto. So we'll stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. We will continue from verse number 30 next time. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So this is very philosophical section, but we should understand philosophy. Siddhanta Balya Chitte Na Kara Alas. We should not be lazy to hear philosophy. Philosophy is very important. How Krishna comes, how Krishna appears, how Krishna disappears. Janma Karma Chame Divyam. So we should understand it very nicely and patiently. Okay, so I will stop here. Are there any questions or comments? Yes, Divya Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So when Krishna appears, does he simultaneously exist in the spiritual world and the material world?
Yes, simultaneously. So it's not that there is a vacancy in the spiritual world. Krishna kidhar hai? Oh, he has gone to earth. So there is vacancy. No. Krishna can expand himself into multiple forms. So Krishna is eternally performing. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuto. He's always there in Golok Vrindavan. But he's also present as Paramatma. He's also present as Shirodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu. He's present as different Leela avatars. And he comes here as Swayam Krishna also in the material world, once in a day of Brahma. So yes, simultaneously the Leela is going. Prakat Leela, Aprakat Leela, both are going simultaneously. Yes, Priyanka Mataji, last question. झालं.
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes.
Prabhuji, can I ask my personal question? It is not related to class.
Maybe you should ask it privately, not in front of everybody,
Okay.
if it's personal question. ठीक है? Okay, so we'll take Shama Vallabhi Mataji. हाँ?
No, it is related to spirituality, not means
हाँ,
it's
then
like
you
that.
ask. Then if it's not personal, you ask.
Okay. Prabhuji, I was saying that I struggle a lot in chanting. So even it is like that, that I'm not able to finish my 16 rounds. So what should I do in that case? Because I have OCPD also now, so it leads to me almost like depression that everything should be perfect in my life now. So it's like that. So what should I do? Because I'm not able to complete my most of the time my 16 rounds.
What is OCPD?
Means when I went to psychiatrist now, so she asked me some questions that I talked to her that I have this problem, that problem, these things that I'm not able to focus. When she जब उन्होंने अच्छे से देखा ना, then she noticed ना, she said that you are having OCPD. तो मैंने बोला what is OCPD? Then she said that you want no perfection in everything, whatever you are doing, even in your material education.
Okay.
Or in any profession, it's like that.
Okay, got it. No, don't worry. You make a timetable. I tell all the devotees always, you make a dincharya, a timetable, and then you see how much time it takes for you to chant 16 rounds. And that much time you carve out from your schedule. उतना समय आप निकालो. तो आप वाराणसी में रहते हो?
Yes, Roger.
Okay. So you should connect with Satyarupa Mataji.
So she
Satyarupa
lives
Mataji.
here?
See, she came, she appeared. She just appeared.
Achha.
So you should connect with Satyarupa Mataji, and she will help you make a schedule so that you can fit 16 rounds in your dincharya. She will help you.
Achha,
Okay.
okay. Roji, I was saying now that that what my mind matlab, it's the just thought of mind. What it says now that I'm not able, I'm chanting, but I'm inattentive most of the time. Most of the time, not even whole time. So that is very frustrating for me. In that case, so that problem, it's like that.
आप ऐसा करो, एक राधा कृष्ण का जो आपको सबसे प्रिय है विग्रह, राधा श्याम सुंदर या राधा रास बिहारी जी, जो भी आपको सबसे प्रिय है, राधा रमन, उनकी छवि सामने रखो जब आप जप करते हो. जैसे हमारे कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस की शुरुआत राधा गोपीनाथ मंदिर में हुई थी मुंबई में, तो मैं हमेशा ये फोटो रखता हूँ. तो चैंटिंग करते समय आई कीप लुकिंग एट राधा गोपीनाथ, ललिता विशाखा. ठीक है, गुरु परंपरा, 6 गोस्वामीज, लाइक दैट, पंचतत्व. तो जब आप भगवान को देखोगे ऐसा चैंटिंग करते समय, तो मन भागेगा इधर उधर और फिर से आप उसे ले आओगे इधर राधा गोपीनाथ के चरण कमलों में, ऐसा. तो अपने सबसे जो प्रिय छवि है उसे रखो और फिर चैंटिंग करो. ठीक है? हरे
And
कृष्ण.
Roji, how can I connect to Satyarupa Mataji?
How you will connect?
हाँ.
Satyarupa Mataji, how you will connect? She will connect. She has some siddhi. She has divine siddhi. She will text you her number, you connect with her. Satyarupa Mataji, this is your homework that you have to help Priyanka Mataji.
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for this.
और प्रियंका माताजी, आप आपके प्रिय राधा कृष्ण की छवि सामने रख के चैंट करो. ठीक है? हरे कृष्ण. Okay, last quick question. Shama
Yeah,
Val.
Prabhuji, thank you. Well, thank you very much for your wonderful class, Prabhuji. My question is regarding this Maryada Vyatikrama. During this Bhagavatam class, when they call out Mataji's, Vaishnavis, we please chant. Should we wait for some time so that the senior devotees chant this Bhagavatam shloka? Or how long we should wait? Because we should give priority to the senior devotees to chant. No? That is my question, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes. Always good to give others a chance. But
So,
always good to give others a chance.
okay.
Always good. That is the Vaishnava culture. I remember in 2005 South India Yatra, There were around 4,000 devotees, more than 2,000, 3,000 devotees, around 4,000 devotees were there. And when the darshan was to be taken of Lord Venkateshwar at Tirupati temple, so they had formed a line, and devotees were pushing and pulling and trying to go ahead and take darshan, because you get darshan for just few seconds. They make you go. So devotees were shoving and pushing and pulling. So when Maharaj came to know in the next class, it's there on ISKCON Desiratory, Maharaj chastised everybody, whole congregation. Maharaj said, you are pushing other devotees behind and you are going to take darshan. Do you think Lord Venkateshwar will be happy to see you? You are thinking, I got darshan. Aare kya darshan? Aare kya darshan? 5 seconds tak bas main aur Lord Venkateshwar. You may think like that, but Krishna is not happy to see you. Maharaj said there should be competition. Ki, no, you go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. I'll go later. You go first. Like that. It should be opposite. Not like that I'll go. So yes, when those verses have to be chanted, if there is nobody, then you chant. But if nobody's volunteer, then you start. But if somebody is there, then let them chant. You chant after them. Everybody gets to chant. Na? We are all repeating. So Krishna will hear you anyway.
But only 2 persons can chant, na Prabhuji, Bhagavatam shloka.
Only 2 persons. So those 2 persons should be somebody else. Not like that. Then Krishna will be more happy.
Thank you,
My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he tells this story. He was told to garland Srila Prabhupada when Srila Prabhupada came for the Janmashtami of 1975 to New Vrindavan. So Prabhupada was sitting on the Vyasasan and one devotee gets to garland Prabhupada. So the leader gave the garland to my Guru Maharaj that you offer. And Guru Maharaj was holding that garland in a tray and went to Srila Prabhupada and was about to take the garland, but then he saw there was a senior godbrother there. So Maharaj gave that garland to the senior godbrother, that you garland. That was the only opportunity Maharaj got in his life to garland Srila Prabhupada directly. What a memorable. We fight, hey, my karunga, hey, my. But Maharaj gave it to the senior godbrother who happened to be there, even though Maharaj had got that service. And Maharaj says, you can hear, Maharaj remembers. So that godbrother graciously took and garlanded Prabhupada. And when he was garlanding Prabhupada, Prabhupada was looking at Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj and approvingly nodding like this. Prabhupada noticed. Prabhupada was more pleased by Maharaj not garlanding him himself, but giving it to a senior god. This is Maryada. यद्यपि तुम्ही हो जगत पावन थोमा स्पर्श पावन होए देव मुनिगण तथापि भक्तेर स्वभाव मर्यादा रक्षण मर्यादा पालन है साधुर भूषण. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this in Antya Leela about Sanatan Goswami. Hari Bol. He tells Sanatan Goswami, यद्यपि तुम्ही हो जगत पावन थोमा स्पर्श पावन होए देव मुनिगण. You don't want to go in front of Simhadwar because you are afraid to touch the pandas? You think they will get contaminated by your touch? Because you are from a low caste and you have got pus and ulcers. Tumi ho jagat pavan. You are jagat pavan, Sanatan. Toma sparshe pavan hoy deva munigan. Brahmadev will get purified by touching you, Sanatan. You are Lavanga Manjari. Even Brahmaji cannot enter Nikunja, where you are serving. Toma sparshe pavan hoy dev munigan. Even Narad Muni will get purified by touching you, Sanatan. He does tapasya to become Naradiya Gopi. Still he cannot become Manjari. He's outside the Nikunj. You are Lavanga Manjari. Toma sparshe pavan hoy deva munigan. Even though you are superior to Narad Muni, you are superior to Brahmaji, you are Jagat pavan, still tathapi bhaktera swabhav maryada raksha. Uddhav was more advanced than Maitreya. But he is telling Maitreya, you become Guru. Uddhav had darshan of Radha. Uddhav heard Ai Dina Dayardhara Nathaya from Srimati Radharani's lotus mouth. Hari Bol. Uddhav, he is more advanced than Maitreya. But he is saying, Maitreya, you become Guru. Tathapi bhaktera swabhav maryada rakshan. Maryada palan hai sadhura bhushan. What is the glory of a devotee? Maryada palan. Is that okay, Mataji? I don't know what your question was. Forgot.
Yes.
But answer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. All glories to all of you. Sorry for so many classes getting cancelled. I'll try to be more regular now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Hare Krishna.